Alright. This is Doom66 Gaming, and I'm doing a dual commentary with a new member of our Doom66 Gaming channel. Who do we got with me today?
Black Ops 42.
That's his Xbox Live gamer tag. Alright, so what are we playing here?
We are playing Red Dead Redemption on the Chuparosa map.
Alright, cool. So what do you like about this video game?
Well, I like how it's got the style of Grand Theft Auto where you can shoot anybody or do anything you want, and all the types of gameplay.
Alright, cool. So I'm gonna sort of leave the commentary to you, and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions while we do this because it's your commentary. All right, so since you're new to the show, I have to ask you: would you suck a man's penis for $1 million?
No, because I have dignity.
What about for the ability to fly?
Still no. I could buy a plane ticket.
All right, he doesn't want the ability to fly. So all right. So what's happening here?
Well, basically now I'm being shot by this one retarded guy. I'm not going to say his name, but whatever.
All right. So like what's So, let's see, what did you pick up? What? I'm not really used to Red Dead, so what do you like using, and what do you do in this sort of?
Well, right now in this game, the main objective is kill every player on the map as much as you can without getting, yourself killed. And it's basically simple. You just have to reload a lot because if you're stuck with 3 bullets, you're gonna end up getting killed because maybe a guy has got 15 rounds in his gun. So you gotta always make sure you've got bullets before you start shooting.
All right, cool. So, what type of guns do you mostly use in this? Do you use like pistols or something? Because I see that's what's like the top and most use guns sort of here, or that's
Well,
what I've heard.
personally, I like rifles better, like the Evans repeater or the Henry repeater. But right now, since everybody's using pistols, I might as well use a pistol too because it's a fast action weapon. And occasionally, I'll use a shotgun, but not much.
All right, cool. So, what else is there? There's like, I heard that there was like a whip and stuff. Could you use that in the,
There are no whips, but there is a lasso, which cannot be used during multiplayer for many reasons. One, it would be a cheap weapon to use for tying up your opponent, but
and killing them? Yeah.
yes, and killing him. But it's not a very fair advantage that I know of. So
Alright, so, what else is there? Oh wait, I see that what are you doing here? You sitting on top of a roof or something? Like camping almost?
I'm almost camping. I am shooting people from a distance without the ability of them shooting me. Wait, never mind.
So, alright, so, how is this different from, like, Modern Warfare 2? Do you have to camp in this game to do well? Or is it
No,
like,
you don't. Actually, in this game, it's better if you're running dead on to the person and shooting them rather than standing behind a crate or something shooting them. It's better to stand out right in the open.
alright, cool, so does this game sort of like eliminate camping, or does people still camp?
A lot of people still can't. People are trying to find glitches because they'll think it'll help them do better, but it's personally it doesn't make it, the game any fun.
Alright, cool. So it's sort of like the same thing with Modern Warfare 2. It doesn't make the game fun at all.
Yes, it is. That is true.
So I see like a couple of people. There's like this one kid who keeps standing over by that back building that you're looking at right now. Is that true?
Yeah,
There's
that
one.
is actually really getting on my nerves whenever somebody does that. Like, you're not maybe not even trying to kill the guy and just trying to run over there to get, a weapon from a crate or get some at least a little bit of cover. He'll just stand in that area and, once you finally kill him, he'll run back to that area. So he's like, one explanation I call, the campers because he's just standing there.
All right, cool. So I heard that there's a cover system sort of like Gears of War. Do you use that, or and why don't you use that? or is there no camping system like Gears of War or cover system like Gears of War?
Well, there is some sort of there is very they're not very detailed things where you can slide over a box and jump over it real quickly. You can slide into cover, but it doesn't really help much. It's more easy if you just duck behind cover. It's not really it's too overrated to just do all that stuff because this is a game where everybody's running around shooting. So why would you be doing all the stealth stuff where you could just run out there with your rifle and just shoot everyone?
So, why don't you? Is that the reason that you don't really use the cover? Is because you like to move around and
Yeah,
stuff?
it's better to move around a lot and get your kills that way than standing in a one position doing all these crazy stealth moves and trying to snipe a person when you could rather just go up to them and kill them that way.
All right, cool. So, what else is there? There's like, I see that there's this wheel. It's like Grand Theft Auto a lot.
Well, there it is like Grand Theft Auto because it's made by the same company, except they just wanted to see since they were getting such a big success with modern day RPGs. They said, "Why not? Can we do something like Western?" So they tried this, and this turns out to be a was a very successful game. So, but yeah, though it's the controls are basically the same. They do have a weapon wheel, which you push a button and you basically bring up that gun. Um, well, right now, see, I'm just I've been trying to look for this weapon in this game that this one guy kept on using. That's really getting on my nerves. And I'm basically trying to find the guy that keeps on shooting me, which is he's the camper that I was talking about a little bit earlier, and hopefully I'm trying to get him. So as you can see, I do kind of use the the cover tactics, ducking behind the whatever you call the crate, but I find it a little bit easier if you run up to the person and kill them because they're unprepared and you are. But the only problem is you only see what's coming in front of you. You might not know a person's coming behind you. So now I'm just trying to find the person again.
All right, cool. So, is there anything like overpowered in this game? Do you think like any complaints about this game, like overpowered stuff or different things?
Well, that's what I think Rockstar tried to, work on when they first had the game. They were trying to make sure each weapon, doesn't have its advantages over another weapon, for say. But there are some, like the starter weapons, of course, they're not going to be the greatest. They're going to be the weakest of them all. But there's no weapon that, like, will get a one-shot kill from 500 yards away. They're all, equally well, but just other guns, they work at better distances.
All right, cool. So, what are the distances like? Can you get a pistol round to go really far, or do you have to like use a rifle?
Well, with a pistol round, it depends on like the pistol. If it's like a high-powered pistol, it's gonna go pretty far. But if it's like a volcanic pistol, it's not gonna go very far. It's better to use a sniper or a regular rifle if you're going to shoot from a distance.
All right, cool. So, what else is there? I heard there was like Molotovs and stuff, and like dynamite. Cause I was very familiar. I used to play gun a lot. So is it sort of like that? Like, is there stuff that goes boom and shit?
Yeah, well, they were trying to get the real, feel of the Wild West. Back then, since they didn't have grenades, you might have not seen like a cowboy back in the Wild West throwing dynamite into buildings, but they were trying to find a replacement for that. So they used the sticks of dynamite and they used the Molotovs, and they also brought in throwing knives, which are actually very useful from time to time.
Are the throwing knives pretty weak? Are they like a starting weapon or something?
They're
Because
not a
they don't sound
they're
like.
not a starting weapon. They are pretty powerful. They're just not from a long distance. You can kill a person in stealthy. Like if you're very stealthy, you could fling a knife and it can kill a person right away.
All right, so I think it's about time to wrap it up. This has been Doom 66 Gaming and our new member.
Black Ops 42.
All right, so yeah, I think it's about done.